Hello and welcome back. This is Doc Favors, owner and co-founder of Essential Leaders Institute. And today I want to share with you an amazing concept called understanding the power of repetition. Now, let me say this. When you talk about changing paradigms, you talk about changing things in your life and having a level of success that you really want to have, it's important to note that you've got to change some things because if you could do it with the results that you have now, then you wouldn't need to change. If you were getting the results that you wanted, then you wouldn't have to change, right? So whether it's increasing your finances, getting more time to spend with family and friends, starting a business, writing a book, what have you, there is a hidden power and a secret that many don't know about called repetition. And so I want to share a few things with repetition. The first thing is, the definition of repetition, you all, is the act of repeating something written or said. And that definition is essential for you to understand how you're going to plan, how you're going to build, how you're going to, act on some things. So a few things that understanding that power of repetition does for you is to help you plan, okay? When we talk about planning our days and talking about planning our schematics or planning out what we want to do, it's important to know that how you plan your day has to be something that can be repeated over a period of time, because that's how we change paradigms. A paradigm is nothing more but a multitude of habits, okay? And most of our behavior is habitual, okay? So then if you want to change a bad habit, you have to get into a posture of repeating the opposite, the polar opposite of that bad habit. Then once that gets impressed down into your subconscious mind, then you'll see that the habit begins to go away and you replace it with a new habit. If you don't replace it, if you don't replace a bad habit with a new habit, then what's going to happen is you're going to develop another bad habit. So when we start to plan and we make blueprints and things of that nature, it has to be something that you can do consistently every day with success. And that's where the power of repetition comes in at. No one sets a goal so big that they can't achieve it. But you do have to set big goals so that you can grow into the next level, into the next person that you desire to be. I know it sounds like wordplay, but the reality of it is, you all, repetition. You can do a small thing so many times and master it that the marketplace will pay you. Your value goes up. I believe I once heard an author say something that Bruce Lee once quoted. I may be misquoting it, but you all can help me out. He said, "I don't fear the one who practiced 10,000 moves one time. I'm more concerned with the one who practices one move 10,000 times." And the science or the wisdom behind something like that is, if that person lands that one move, it only takes one time, and you're out of there. You're gone, right? So that's good wisdom for us. So that means we want to develop the habit of practicing to the point to where we're repeating these things so we can master them. The second thing that repetition does for you all is it increases your chances for action. When you know that you can do something and you do it well enough to where as you repeat it, then you're most likely to get up and do it again. And then it'll also give you momentum so that you can add to it. So let's say working out. I'm back to working out now. Got my eating regimen good. I'm getting up. My daily routine has changed a little bit, but in a good way. So what happens then? When I have a basis, I got a base model of exercises that I do every day. I know they're easy, but I do those because they kind of warm me up. And then each day I have built a habit or a repetition of pushing myself just a little further after I've done my basic exercises that I know to warm me up, get the blood flowing, right? Burn the necessary calories that I need to burn. Then I kind of go out and stretch a little bit. So if one day or 1 week I did say a mile or 2 miles, that next week I'm going to give it another mile and a half or another half a mile. But I'm going to keep growing and keep stretching so that I don't plateau. Y'all, that whole scene is rooted in repetition and being able to act upon those things that I'm incorporating through repetition. The next thing is I love about repetition, you all, is it builds stamina. Okay, so when you think about push-ups or you think about studying. I study. I got a new book, y'all. I got a new book. It's not a new book, but I got a new copy. Okay, you all know my old Think and Grow Rich is tearing apart. But I got a new copy of Think and Grow Rich. So I keep this book on my desk. As I read through this book every time I come to my office, every time I'm getting ready to study, or do an event, I read this book just to kind of center myself. Every time I center myself, I'm repeating the process of reading it, but I'm also seeing something, noticing something, learning something different that I can share with my clients, with the audience, or whoever it is that I'm getting ready to have that meeting with. That is the power of repetition. It builds stamina. It builds a muscle. So the more you study, it builds up your mental capacity muscle. The more you work out, it builds up your physical muscles, right? The more you do something over a period of time, you get better at it. God, that is the law of nature, okay? Law of cause and effect. And a lot of things, even your finances has to do with that same law. So then another thing that I love about repetition is it helps build skill. The more and more you, like I tell my coaching clients now, the more those who want to be coaches and do what I do, the more you get in front of people, the more you start talking, the more it's going to get easier for you. Listen, guys, anything is only hard the first time. The more you do it through the power of repetition, understanding about repetition, it's going to get easier. So you have to go into it with that in mind. Like, it may be hard now, but the more and more I do it. So that means you have to develop the art of repetition for your life. If you want to master any skill, if you want to scale your business, you want to grow your company, whatever it is you want to do, you have to consider the power of repetition. Now, here's the one fault that repetition provides for us and does to people. And if you don't watch out, it'll do it to you. Repetition, you all, can become so mundane, so perfunctory, that it literally gets boring, and then a lot of people just give up and quit. So no matter what you're doing, if you want to lose 10 pounds in a month or whatever, if you want to, take a course or anything like that, doesn't matter. If you do not stick with it and you do not alter it, I'm going to give you the secret behind it. When you got a workout routine, for example, since I got my exercise gear on, if you got a workout routine and it gets boring, you see yourself plateauing, you're really not losing anything, that means you have to alter it. You stay consistent with the repetition of daily exercise, but then you change the type of exercises that you're doing. This is why my daily routine, I change my daily routine every 90 days. I either add something, tweak something, take away and replace something. But I don't stop moving. I don't stop working out. Just like for my investors, you may lose in one platform, but you don't stop investing. You don't lose the investor's mindset. If one business don't fail, you don't ever try to do business again. You just do another business, right? So that, my friends, is how I look at the power of repetition. If you use repetition right, you can experience a tremendous transformation in your lifestyle, what it is you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. Repetition is the key. So with that being said, you all, hey, one quick announcement for you. We are approaching the end of 2024. And if you have not secured your copy of Creating a Life of Freedom, Changing Your Financial Landscape in 4 Moves, guys, I encourage you. I'm going to leave a link down there. Get your book. You got a digital copy that you can get quickly, and you can order an autographed copy. Be a blessing to somebody. Get a gift and give it to someone for Christmas, for the holidays. And then next thing, we are opening up the registrations for the Essential Wealth Creation live event, and live and virtual event that is going to be held downtown Jacksonville on January 20th. Really excited about that, guys, because we're going to be opening up the vault. We're going to be sharing some information. We're going to be just really pouring out into the people who share and come with that event. So want you there. Once again, you all, this is my time. This is Doc Favors. Let's be positive on purpose and not by accident. And once again, thank you all for continuing to subscribe to the channel and rocking out with your boy. We'll see you next time.